DNT might have just given us a clue as to where it is going to find its next real base level of support. Let's break this down. What's up, you guys? It is Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro. I'm back again. It's been a busy week, but we're going to get updated on plenty of projects and take a look at these charts. There's a lot of explosive activity that's going on across the board in the alt market and with BTC. But DNT is not one of them. So let's just very briefly take a look at the DNT chart and see if we can pick out some clues that might tell us to where it's going to settle down and find the true base level. All right, let's get rid of that. And here we are on the 4-hour chart. You're going to notice these pretty little colors here. I put a fib. This is a Fibonacci kind of a vertical analysis here that is very interesting, where when I first did this, I was quite surprised because I noticed that based off of the peak price on this candle right here that fell on November the 9th down to the base level, our Fibonacci sequence, we are directly at the 0.5 with this second level base of support. This third level, which I made this blue line here, it didn't match up quite well with the with the first level on the fib, but it might be because I have improperly constructed this level here, so the resistance might be up higher where we see that fib boundary, so I might adjust that in the future. Notice how the first base level support falls right on the 0.786 and how we came right out of the 0.01, but it's just interesting. Very, or the one rather, that's from the base level, from before the pump. It's interesting how these two critical levels just match up so cleanly right there on these Fibonacci sequence levels. And the fibs are just amazing. It's a scientific just phenomenon, and I could shoot a whole video about that. Normally I use fib circles so I can find pivot points, but sometimes this is good to use to let you know that you really are at a critical point of, say, support resistance when I draw in these baselines here. All right, enough about that. Let's just move on over here. And what I noticed is that after falling below the second line of what was support, that is at the 0.047 cents level, we failed it. We've got 1, 2, 3 candles on the 4-hour chart that have formed below that line, and it looks like we're about to close this third one here, which tells me that we failed support. And so where's the next base level of support? Well, the strong one is down here at the 786, but there's a chance we could get support at the 0.618, even though I don't see prior price evidence showing this as a hot point of action. Okay, so that's at 0.0386 cents. So I'm thinking if things don't turn around really fast, and I mean super fast, we're going to drop down to this base level. It's possible that we could go all the way back down to the 1 line right there. I don't think that'll happen. I'm thinking that right here at the price of 0.0258 is probably the low it's going to go, and that's just my guess. That's my best guess. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. So just judging from this chart, if I've got to take a guess of when I'm going to grab another bag, I'm going to probably say I'll be doing that at 2.5 cents. So we'll just have to see what happens. Now let's look at the 1-day chart. It looks a little bit more clear here because it looks worse. On the 1-day, look at the momentum and the unfinished business that we have on the stochastic, as it is on a nice deep dive, and we're just sitting here right at maybe the, just below the 50% level. And that tells me we got a long way to go. So if we end up having a Bitcoin correction, we could jump down in here into the oversold zone below the 20% boundary line. And that could drag price definitely down to this 0.786 fib line. The other thing that is pretty hideously obvious, let's just draw on this chart here, is the OBV. Okay, this is just straight distribution. In other words, dumping on the behalf of institutional investors. So whoever the large hands, the big whales that got this price pumped up, they're all taking profits, and they're continuing to take profits. So the price is not going to turn around until we see this thing take a break on this steep descent on the on-balance volume. So not a good indication. Now, as far as on the 4-hour chart, we could have like a bump, a correction back up to this line, and it might be resistance, and then continue back down because we're already in oversold territory on the Stochs 4-hour chart. But that doesn't mean that we won't continue an overall downward direction, because the 1-day chart tells us the big picture. Okay, so that's what we have going on, and I'm still super excited about this project. It's not going anywhere. This is a great project. I mean, they're involved in the right things, and I think NFTs is the next hottest thing to DeFi, and at one moment I think it was even getting more attention than DeFi. So great project. I can't wait for a correction to jump back in. I hope it happens. If it doesn't happen, so be it. I might just get a small bag to try to make a smaller amount of profit, but I think I'm going to go bigger if we do hit my target level of dropping down to that first level base. So that's all I got to say. What are your thoughts about DNT? Are you still excited about this project? Where are you holding your bag? And what are you looking to do in the short-term future? And what do you think about this distribution and sell-off that's going on while we got all of this upward bullish activity going on with other alts and with Bitcoin? That's about all I got on this one, guys. Post your comments below, like and subscribe if you have not already, and jump on into the Telegram group. Last but not least, I mentioned it once before, but we're going to have a celebrity guest coming on the show very soon. Yay! I'm hoping to get this pulled off in the next week or two. You will know who this person is once this person is on there. And that's what I just said as a hint as to who it could be. It could narrow it down by 50%, if you know what I mean. I'm out.